Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to this leg of my last day of spring road trip. Tested my setting on my Ukiah shocks. Hope you enjoy the ride today. We're going from the top of Battle Mountain to Ukiah, Oregon here. We're going down a heck of a nice stretch of highway here on 395 and lots of corners, lots of straightaways, just beautiful scenery. If you ever ridden it or driven it, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, you owe yourself the opportunity to do so. Sit back, enjoy, and I hope you like what you see. Yeah, we're coming up on a turnoff to the left here. Take you down a little old place called Albee, Oregon. It used to be a town a good long time ago. I don't believe it is any longer. Anyhow, they started to drill a tunnel through the mountain underneath the Blue Mountains here. They were gonna take and build a dam out here and turn the area that's going to be on our left here. You'll see after we go by the trees. Anyhow, they're going to turn that into a big old lake, provide irrigation water for the dry country on the other side of the mountain. Yeah, that area over there. They turn all that into a big old lake and channel it to the dry country through a tunnel underneath the Blue Mountains. For some reason that wasn't successful, and they kind of gave up on the idea of having a big old lake up here. I can't imagine how much it would have changed the environment here if they had. It would have been interesting to see, but yeah, I'm kind of glad it's just left it nice wide open spaces. A good place for the wildlife to graze, and there's a lot of cattle ranching up in this country. And also kind of looking off to the left there, you're looking back towards the Grand Ronde Valley, back towards Baker Valley, and off kind of to the east. We're headed south here, and catching a lot of sun today by the looks of the reflections in the camera, but that can't be helped sometimes. Yeah, if you ever wanted to live someplace where you didn't rub elbows with your neighbors all the time, this would be one of those places. There's a lot of space in between. There are folks live out here. Folks live out here year round, and folks have summer cabins and what have you. In fact, if you're into outdoor recreation, it's an ideal place to come. All kinds of recreational opportunities. Horseback riding, motorcycle riding, both on road and dirt, and backpacking, hiking, camping. There's several ATV parks within a 50-mile radius of here, and lots of different trails. Blue Mountain Scenic Highway goes through the mountains, and able to, well, see some country most folks don't get to see. Yeah, wildlife, abundant wildlife, lots of deer, lots of elk, cougars, wolves, bears every once in a while. I've run into a few bears over the years out in this country. Yeah, get a good look at the Blue Mountains here as we're coming up over this little bit of a knob, and we're right in the middle of the Blue Mountains. Big open area, big prairie right in the middle of the Blue Mountains. And, you'll see the occasional cattle pen as we go down the road here. Yeah, like I said before, cattle are a big-ish deal around this country. Yeah, there's one. Well, I guess that's a rock pit over there. Well, we went by one a little while ago. We'll come up on another cattle pen here pretty soon. But if you're into fishing or hunting, that's also a good area. One thing I will tell you, and there's a bunch of different camping spots too. There's, in fact, one just over here on our right, down right along Camas Creek, nice little state camping area, and a couple, 3 others on up and down the road. Plus, you got the old Lehman Hot Springs. I don't believe it's still open, but it's on the highway going back to La Grande, or just off the highway going back to La Grande. I don't believe it's open right now. They had some issues with the DEQ on their part of their septic system, so I don't know if they've got that rectified yet or not. I haven't heard. But I got a nice view of the mountains here. Yeah, we get down here where we can turn off the 395 here and head over to Ukiah. Well, right where we turn, if you turn left, you can go into Ukiah. If you turn right, well, you can take what's called the western route, and that it's a paved road. It takes you right around it takes you over to Heppner, through the Blue Mountains, and you drop down into the wheat fields and alfalfa fields around Heppner. And for my money, it's one of the nicest rides around here. I really enjoy that ride, and we'll take that on another trip. Not today. Today we got other things planned, but yeah, here in the future we'll buzz over that way and get some good pictures of that. It's, like I said, it's a real nice ride, and I'm not seeing much traffic today. We're kind of a little ahead of the tourist season, and with the price of fuel going the way it is this year, I'm wondering how much of a tourist season we're going to have. It might be kind of sparse. I hope folks are able to get out and enjoy the outdoors, but I guess we'll find out. Nice old split rail fence we're going by here. That's kind of cool. I'd like to have one of those around my place. But, lack the ambition or the time to build one, I guess. Here's one thing about this country. If you ever decided you wanted to live here, you might want to get used to harsh winters, because they can be pretty darn hard around here. It's winter can settle in here pretty hard, last a long time, and be just downright miserable at other times. Speaking of which, here's the state gravel shed right here. They spread gravel out on the road here during the winter time, let folks have a little traction. But if you travel without traction tires, without chains, you're just kind of asking for trouble. Yeah, we'll get ready here, hang a left, run into Ukiah. And the road there on the right, that's the Western Route road. That's the road that takes you over to Heppner. Yeah, you can go other places too, but it's a paved road down to Heppner, and the other places you go up Ditch Creek and what have you, well, that's gravel road. And yeah, I'm not gonna ride on a gravel road if I can avoid doing it. Now, one thing I did run into going down here into Ukiah was my camera stopped working about halfway through the town, or 3/4 of the way through the town. I yet to figure out why, but I didn't film another thing back to the Grand Ronde Valley after that, so I'll be cutting her off there after we hit town. Yeah, here we go, pulling up on a little old town of Ukiah, Oregon. It's I'm not sure how many people are here, and they've got a pretty big Forest Service presence. The Forest Service has got a big operation out of here, which makes sense. You're right in the middle of the mountains. Forest Service would have something like that. They have a dormitory school here where they bring kids in from outlying areas, even from the city, to live here and go to school here and kind of get out of the city and get a different kind of an education than I guess they'd have in the city. But, yeah, we're in Ukiah proper, just a little old spot in the mountains where people that don't want to live in the city, they just gather here. Yeah, looks like I'm about ready to run out of camera here. Thank you for joining me for this ride today, folks, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come back to watch the next one. See you then.